What's up guys and welcome back to the episode of Triology Top 1000 in the Classic. And today we're back here on Timbergold Trails. Still looking for that very last non-typical I'm missing. Finally had the blacktail, had the whitetail for so long time, and now I'm only missing the mule deer. And we're starting off with that pretty good looking elk over there. Dropped it in the water a little bit further away because the cow elks were closing in pretty fast, and I was just a little scared they might spook, and then of course that would spook the bull elk, and I didn't really feel like tracking this guy down. Okay guys, it's a pretty good looking one. Obviously can't really get much closer because of the water, but 375, a really good start here. Hopefully this keeps up like this and maybe we can even get that last non-typical. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Now so far no real luck with the mule deer. However, another pretty good looking elk here, up to 400. Now, a 400 is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for the lodge. Anything above there really would be great. Now, of course, Rocky Mountain elk do get a little bit larger than the Rosewood elk variant, so of course you could say you want a little bit bigger than just 400. But of course, I mean, I'm not really trying to go for anything too crazy. My main goal is, of course, the hunter score, not actually finding the highest possible score for the animal. So anything really nice would be awesome. But yeah, 390 here, so really close to the max amount here of that score estimate with 400. A little bit disappointed that this guy didn't make the 400, but really beautiful elk here, so I took a trophy shot of that. But yeah, two really good elks at the start, so now if we can only have that same luck with mule deer, then we'd be set. Now, of course, something you can never forget about Timbergold trails are of course the predators, which is of course wolf, puma, and back in the day I guess was the werewolves as well. But yeah, had a bunch of wolves coming in here, this nice little pack of them, and of course I spotted all of them and tried to figure out which ones are the best ones, and this darker colored one here, this variant is definitely one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest one. 16.3, not bad, looking for something a little bit better here for the lodge, but that's not a bad wolf here. And then this red one just in the back, also male, but definitely a smaller one here, 15.5. But both together are 100 GM as well, which is awesome. But yeah, for wolves it's just great to get as many of them as possible, because of course they're limited to Timbergold trails, so you can only get them while on here. Finally we have the actual target of the hunt, which is mule deer. Now of course that one there is not too big. This one right there is actually fairly decent sized. Now I did bring out the rifle here because that small one would probably come here first. So I took the rifle and I actually managed to get the one in the back there as well, because of course the same reason as the first one with the bull elk. Don't want to get all too fancy with the crossbow and shoot the small one, but end up spooking the big one, and then it's just all running off in a different direction, and I really don't know if I could be bothered to track something down that might be good or might not be. It's just a little iffy, so I decided to just use the rifle here, get it done all together, not really stress too much about it. But yes, so far not too much luck here with the mule deer, more so elk. And there was this grizzly bear running off in the distance. Definitely gonna try and maybe get some of those too, because again those are exclusive to Timbergold trails. But for score we have a pretty good start here, 174. It's not too bad. I mean, we're looking for a 200 plus here realistically, or I guess preferably for the lodge. And there's just a smaller guy in the back, just barely hit the spine here. This guy only a score of 98, quite small, but of course, why not grab a second one if I'm already shooting? Now charging grizzly, something I did not expect, but I guess the grizzly didn't either, because I turned around quite fast there. It was just, I guess, trying to intimidate. But yeah, took out the rifle because I just wanted to get it done. I thought I was a male, couldn't quite get a read on the weight there. But it was really hard finding a shot here through the trees, but I actually managed to land that one pretty nice there. Immediate drop shot, so I definitely hit the lungs or something like that, just a vital of course. And I mean, this rifle here has quite a lot of power. so I definitely do recommend getting that one if you haven't already. There's quite a variety of, eligibility for shooting. Wolves, coyotes, but even up to like really big animals, of course, like the grizzly here. And it does pack a good punch, so you can actually quite confidently shoot larger animals without too much issue. But yeah, hit the lungs on that shot. Pretty nice, actually. Quite proud of that shot. The score 19.8 is nothing too fancy, but for a shot like that, I thought why not include that as well. Back to back grizzlies here. This guy's on the other side of this lake. There's some other stuff over there. As you can see, there's like the small bull elk and some cow elks, but nothing really I'm too interested in. And yeah, wanted to maybe go for a spot, but it was just standing there perfectly, so I decided just to grab it. And yeah, decent weight estimate, so it could definitely be a nice score, so let's go over and check that out. After making our way across the pond here, and rather it's a lake, it's quite big for a pond. But yeah, decent shot here, nice double lung. Pretty heavy grizzly as well, 23.8. Pretty decent score, nothing too crazy. Nothing I'd put in the trophy lodge, but still a very nice score, especially from the looks wise. I mean, 23.8 with just zeros, really good. Now, it's a little hard to see here because I'm lying down on the grass, but there's actually this mule deer buck coming in. So set up the crouch position, ready to aim, and actually dropped it perfectly. Now that guy's not too big, but I've actually had quite a dry streak of mule deer. This really hasn't been the best hunt to go for them, which is kind of unfortunate because of course that's the main goal here. 146 of course is nothing too bad in the end, but definitely nothing to write home about. Just a small intermission here. That was the 250th mule deer harvested, so a quarter of the way to 1,000 here, so that's pretty nice. Even more Rocky Mountain elk here. This guy's up to 390 score, so it definitely is not a monster or anything like that, but it's still nice to get them for the GM and of course the main goal hunter score. And drop shot right there. But I mean, everybody who's ever went and hunted for them actually knows this. They're one of the easiest animals to hunt. Both the elk species, anyway, Rocky Mountain and Roosevelt. For bows, for rifles, anything really. Even if you use like a recurve, if you're above them in a tree stand, they're still quite easy to hunt. But sadly, not quite a good score in the sky below 300, so a little bit disappointing. Finally, back to actually finding some mule deer bucks here. This guy's even a pretty good looking. I at first tried to, go for a crossbow shot here, tried to line it up, but then ran out of breath, so I just decided to go for the rifle because I was actually eating dinner while recording this, and I was kind of trying to go back to that. I was quite hungry, came back from university, but yeah, so I just decided to go for the rifle, get that done pretty quick here so I could go back to eating. But, I was just lying down calling for it since I heard it call earlier. And they had pretty decent looking here. Now, the main issue with this guy is that the frame is actually a little smaller than I thought it originally. So yeah, the 161, so not the best one we've had so far, but definitely not a bad one. You're 75 GM as well, of course. Really looking forward to getting that magpie goose setup done somewhat soon. Huge herd of mule deer bucks here, but sadly none of them are really anything too special. Now this guy right there is of course the closest one, not the biggest one, but none of them are really anything I would go out of my way really for. So I just decided to go for the crossbow here and hopefully not spook him, but they did end up spooking. So took out the rifle, thought maybe could get one, and this guy actually presented itself perfectly here. Just ran straight towards me, so that was actually, a nice little 2 for 1. Was hoping they wouldn't spook, but of course, I mean, they did. I was actually calling in a puma, which it was across the river, and then I saw the mule deer buck, so I decided why not just go for them instead. There'll be plenty of chances for puma, even though they're one of the rarest animals, I would say, just behind the Eurasian lynx, really, in my opinion. But yeah, 2 decent little mule deer bucks here, nothing too crazy, but still pretty good for the GM. Now, actually, speaking of puma, there's this one right here, which is just running around like crazy. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but you could see it right there for just a second. And it kind of just stopped in front of me, just perfectly, not sure what was going on there, it was just bugging out. But, I won't mind. As I said before, they're probably one of the rarest animals to hunt, so getting them every now and then is pretty good. Small little female here, but still pretty good to get. But yeah, I think that's actually gonna be the last kill of the video, so let's head back to the launcher and see what kind of score we got. Alright, we're gonna be ending today's episode on rank 2172, which means we gained 17 ranks, as well as a Hunter score of 23,472, which means we've gained 85 Hunter score. For the ranks, it's actually not too bad for the amount of Hunter score we've gained. But yeah, as I said before, closing in on a good amount of GMs, hopefully can get that Magpie Goose set up fairly soon. Didn't quite manage to get the non-typical Mulier, but I'm sure we can get that. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.